Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XI.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of Double XI.
Bring her out. I got too many windows open. What's up, Reed? Welcome to Positive Power Double XI. Jerry Royce Live and Patrice Jackson right here.
Hey. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. How you doing?
Hey. How you doing? All right. You know what? I got to admit something real quick before we get this show. I'm kind of like a groupie of yours. Mm-hmm. I'm like a groupie.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you on the show for so long since I first heard that song.
Wow.
Yes. In the middle of it, I said, oh my God, another one of my favorite songs. And usually when I get like that, I have to have that person on the show right away. And you canceled.
Wow. That's
awesome. I was kind of hurt too.
You could have canceled?
Yeah, you canceled on us. You had another engagement. That was more important than talking to me.
No, no, it wasn't. But I remember when that came in, and it was quick notice, and I remember that. But no, it definitely wasn't like that. And so, yeah, I'm pausing from hurricane preparedness to do this amazing interview.
Oh, wow, that's right, because you down in Florida where everything's being slammed at.
Yes.
Okay, so what's happening right now? Before we get in the interview, just tell us what's going on right now as far as what you know.
As far as the storm, like we're kind of just preparing for that. I think around I'm a little bit more northeastern, but it's coming up the East Coast, so it looks like it's projected towards our way. I'm on the east side, and so I think about the weekend is when they're going to start seeing some stuff. But we was at church tonight and praying and doing everything we could, and then on top of that, just preparing, making sure the house is good. We got water, everything like that. But if we got to get out, we're gonna try. But people are already evacuating now. It's crazy. But I'm not in the Keys or anything like that. I'm a little bit further up, but it's still looking like it's gonna ride its way on up here. So we're just trusting God.
That's what I was telling Patrice. I said I remember like a few years ago before Katrina, the Keys used to get hit every year. They were guaranteed to get some kind of bad storm. Wow.
Yeah.
So things change up a little bit. Well, who can explain what's going on right now? I mean, there's so much going on in the United States right now. All we could do is just stay prayed up and try to stay safe. People try to get your bottled water. The chemicals it's all over the place, and they said they think people could be getting sick. Yeah, because they trying to get drinking water and stuff is contaminated. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, we're running out here too. That's how it is. The stores are completely running out of it. The shelves are emptying out. I went to go get some gas earlier today. The gas station was shut down, and we had to go, thank God, find another one. But it's serious. It's really serious, and it's kind of just prepping for it, preparing the kids and everything. But I'm trusting God. I'm really okay.
That's right, amen. And I know the Wegmans was pretty empty yesterday. I said, where are trucks at? I was looking at Wegmans. I was like, wow, things. They normally have everything like fully stocked there. It never looks like half empty. And it was looking like that.
Right.
And we had gotten some pretty bad downpours yesterday and today. Even though early today was a very pretty day, and then later on it just started. The skies just opened up. But I guess we're gonna be okay. All right, Reed, we're ready to get your interview started. You're going to be with us for the rest of the night, I guess, as long as the lines hold up. And, you can hang around. So the first question from me is, who is Ree? Who is she?
The name, I would say that. My name is Serena. And my mother actually called me Ree. And people who are really close to me, it's like a small little handful. When I was a kid, that was like that name of comfort. My mom passed when I was 4 years old. My dad passed when I was 4 years old. My mom passed when I was 14. And so that place of comfort like knowing who I am, all those different things, you kind of lose that, especially at that age, and trying to find yourself. But I go back to that place, and that name means something to me. It allows for me to go into this big world, and still have that foundation of who I am. Ree is pure. Ree is legit. She's real. She's not religious. I'm about true relationship with God. I'm about the love of God, and really just, I'm the type of person, I'm not a small talk person. I'm the type of person I like to get to the heart and come out with some results. So if you're broken, then let's talk about it, because you don't have to stay that way. So I'm just that type of person. I believe very authentic, straight to the point.
Amen. Amen. All right. Appreciate that. Thanks for answering my questions. And Patrice is going to join in with us tonight also, okay, if you don't mind.
You said Trees?
Patrice.
Yep, that's me, Patrice.
Oh, Patrice. My middle name is Latrice. Okay.
All right. You got it. So my question is, I was looking at your bio, and I see that over the years, of course, your career has progressed. And one of the things you said was that you stay grounded. How do you stay grounded, especially when you have, the things you've passed from losing your parents, and then also having a very successful career? What are some of the things that you do to, stay humble and stay, grounded and things like that?
I'll tell you one of the first things that I do. Actually, I was supposed to come on at 9:20, and I forgot to check in with my pastor. And although we were at church tonight and praying and everything, I'm a worship leader at Abundant Life Ministries in Palatka, Florida. My pastors are Chad and Antoinette Willis. And one of the things that I do before I go to any event or anything, because they're my covering and they're my spiritual mom and dad, I reach out to them. And we usually pray before I do anything. And so it doesn't matter where I'm at, what time it is, or anything like that. I stop what I'm doing and I check in with my mom and dad, and we pray. And for any event. And so even with this, I was getting ready to go on, and I said, "Oh, hold up, wait a minute." And so that's one of the things, just having that accountability. Because when you have that type of accountability, you can't just go run around doing anything, because you have to come back and answer about what you just did, And so that's one of them. I have real people around me, who, I can, just like I'm honest and authentic, that's who I keep closest to me. And so, I have those things. I got my kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool. I have a normal life. And even right now, if I got to pull back from Facebook sometimes because it's a bit too much, I will. If I got to pull away from people, I will, because I have to keep that place of me. I don't want to get caught up in, so this or the video or the singing or the, I just saw you with Bobby Jones. That's not my life. You know what I mean? That's just things that God allows for me to do. But in order for me to be true to myself, I have to quiet down and get back to that code. So that's how I stay grounded.
Amen. Awesome.
I like that when you said that, how you had to get back to yourself, and I do that all the time. So that's just on Facebook, and because like you said, it is a lot, and sometimes you do have to get that quiet time for yourself and to get back with God. So,
because the big head could form, and then you start believing the hype, and that's when you lose yourself, and then that's when that comes before. That stuff is when you start making little dumb decisions, and doing stuff because of the people and the way you feel, emotions, and then that stuff comes before a fall. And so because of that, I need to be true. I need to be true to me. If I feel like I'm getting feeling a little bit too much and anxiety, whatever, it's like I just got to get quiet. I go back to my home. I cook my little dinner for my family. I play with my kids, and I just get quiet, and then here comes the next engagement, and I do. The other thing about the foundation is that I remember that God allowed for me to. He allowed for me to sing. He allowed for me to be who I am. Because check this out. We all have where we came from. And the thing that if we have a relationship with God, the thing that he pulled us out of. So we know how we can really be, the one that everybody don't see. And so because I know where he brought me from and the mess and everything, I also know not to act bigger than myself, because it's because of what he allows that I can do. And it's because of what he will continue to allow that I can continue to do.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen. All right, Ree. Now, like I told you, I'm a bit of a groupie of yours because I just love your music. I love that sound. Tell us about your beginning. I mean, how did you, get on a, let me back up. I'm too excited. All right, here we go. How did this all happen for you? Being on Dr. Bobby Jones show, working with some of these top artists, background singing. Where did they discover you? Where did you get your start?
Let's see. I've been doing this for years, as far as singing, and I would say as far as like the industry type stuff, we're not talking about solos at church, we're not talking about family, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the industry stuff would be, I started singing in a singing group with some of my friends, and then some of my friends was following their dreams and went and started recording, and I was afforded the opportunity to sing background for some of them. I have a lot of musical friends, and I was able to sing background for some of them, and some of their great experiences allowed for me to be on certain platforms. And that, we have a sewing season, and so that was a lot of time where I, in the background, was able to kind of build up certain things, learn what not to do, what to do. And this time for me, I'm kind of fast-forwarding it. It definitely was a process for me to get here, and in a few years after sewing for a while, and my time, honestly, to be honest with you, these opportunities I didn't seek after them; they were presented to me, and I just call that being faithful. I'm not trying to be funny or overly religious. I just call that when you walking in your lane, in your season, then those things happen. But it comes from sowing. But I didn't seek after those things. They were opportunities where I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, okay, and opening for certain artists, or just a couple weeks ago, singing in front of Dr. Bobby Jones and Dr. Kevin Bond and Pastor Darius Brooks. These type of opportunities, the doors open, but it came from years of background stuff, years of singing in church, years of being sung into as my mother was singing, coming from a singing family. It comes from years of that.
Wow. That's a blessing. Thank you. All right.
No problem.
All right. You still with us, Patrice?
I am still here, so I was listening, to how the many things that you're doing and have done. What are some of the ways that you kind of like marketed yourself? Like, was it just everybody hearing your music and feeling it and appreciating it, or do you have ways that you kind of market yourself on social media and things like that?
The way that it started, just like I used to teach sales and stuff like that, and then being in network marketing and different things. You go for your target audience, of course, not your target. What do you call it? The ones that are right in front of you. This is like your family, your friends, all that other stuff, and then you expand it to the ones like your Facebook friends and stuff like that. So it started for me. Like that, kind of prepping and sharing the videos, or sharing that this is what I was getting ready to do. Now, a lot of people saw me singing over the years and stuff like that, so of course there's going to be a transition, like from she just sings to she's an artist. And so that comes with being consistent, with what you do. And I'm big on, for some reason, God has blessed me to understand in marketing an image. He's blessed me to understand knowing who you are, being consistent in those things, because the more that you do that, then you're known for that thing. In addition, I have great supporters who will share certain things that I have. And then later on, when it came to the release of my album, I connected. I have an awesome promoter. His name is Gabriel Tyus, and he's out of Maryland. And so I actually met him at the Rhythm and Gospel Awards in Jacksonville, Florida. And once again, that was one of those things. I was able to sing a song in front of him, broken. He loved it. It's an open door. So he's an awesome promoter as well. And then from there, people have been sharing and connecting. So it's been a good thing. This thing has gone overseas. Shockingly, I can't tell you how. I don't know, but it just has, you know, and so it's kind of taken on from there. It's gone beyond the people that know me and like me, you know, to people that don't know me. So I like that. The music has...
Like you have a really good, awesome team and a lot of support. So that's amazing. That's great.
I'm grateful for that. You know, like you gotta have a team doing it. And I've done this a couple of times before. I tried to go out. And you can't do this thing by yourself. You know, nobody can. We're not on this earth by ourselves, you know, and because we're not like a what do you call it, like a one-stop shop. We're not the ones who, you know, in ministry, you can't do that. That's not how we're created. And I may be good at, for instance, knowing who I am, the people following me. You know what I'm saying? That, for instance, Gabriel Tyus has. I may not have Trinell Stewart is awesome in, you know, what she does. And her and I are alike in a lot of ways, but Trinell, she's just going to go for it, you know, whereas I may be softer, you know, with certain things. So, you know what, if we need to just go for it and not do all the smoothies and all the other stuff, she's the area of what they do. And I think for anybody coming up, you got to know that. You don't run everything. We're not a monopoly. And you're not going to succeed far like that. You're going to get burnt out, you know? Right. So it's good to have a team.
That's right. That is so true. So true.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of Trinell, I know she probably saying, Jerry, when is Jerry going to play my song? All right, Trinell, we're going to play this song. And, you know, I like Trinell. She's so professional. You know how some people, it's like my sister. My sister always called me at the wrong time. It's never a good time.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's listen to my favorite song in the middle of it. Remember, she has a video, so go out on YouTube. Go, read in the middle of it.
So Lord, you kept me in the middle of it. Lord, you kept me. Lord, you kept me in the middle of it. Never left me right in the middle of it. There I felt you right in the middle of it. Changed my story right in the middle of it. You were there right in the middle of it. Giving me love right in the middle of it. Giving me peace right in the middle of it. Giving me joy right in the middle of it. Never give up on me in the middle of it. Never left me lonely in the middle of it. You were there to hold me in the middle of it. Lord, you blessed me in the middle of it. Came to save me right in the middle of it. Made me whole right in the middle of it. Let me know right in the middle of it. You had control right in the middle of it. Flipped my life right in the middle of it. Healed and delivered right in the middle of it. Changed my heart right in the middle of it. Changed my mind right in the middle of it. Saved my family in the middle of it. Saved my marriage in the middle of it. Kept my children in the middle of it. Spoke over the life in the middle of it. In the middle of, middle of, middle of it. In the middle of, middle of, middle of it.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, you tell him, Robot. You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, Double XI Christian Media. Shout out to Pastor Park Kelly and his wife, Mrs. Kelly. They be coming on board to Double XI real soon. Look for that broadcast. We're excited. It's going to be pastor's time. That's right. It's going to be time for some more teaching. And speaking of teaching, again, we send our condolences out to the Dixon family. We lost the podcaster last week, Dr. Dixon. Awesome. One of the best Bible teachers you ever want to hear. And I remember him and I was in talks of trying to get him on film. That's right, because his teaching was so awesome. But you can catch his podcast out there on Elation Radio. We still have a lot of them out there on iTunes. He's going to be greatly missed. And, man, I don't know what else to say about that. And he's out there in the Cambridge area. That's the area where we frequent our media. And speaking of them, shout out again to Live Again, the art bar. That's right, furniture boutique and art gallery. Looking for some awesome artwork. I mean, some really beautiful pieces they have out there. Art deco type furniture. You trying to dress up their club room. The holidays coming. Check out Live Again. They do deliver, so check them out. Live Again. All right, back. We talking to Reed. We talking to Patrice Jackson. Oh, that's my song right there. So that's how I became a groupie. Was that song right there? Reed, you gotta come to the Maryland area. Let us know. There's a lot of stuff going on. You gotta keep us in mind.
I gotta come back. I gotta come back. I was there. When was I there? Last month, I think.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Get out of here.
For the Dorsey convention.
Oh man! Wow, I missed that. Okay, I guess next year then. All right.
I could come again. We ain't gotta wait till next year. But yeah, I was back. It was cool. It was real quick though, so I didn't get to experience it fully. We were in Baltimore. Where are you all?
We're outside of Baltimore, about 20 minutes, right outside.
Wow, we was in Baltimore. That was in Baltimore a couple weeks ago. It was cool. It was really cool, and then we made our way back.
Yeah, and you know what? And I've been bragging about our charm city week after week. I took some nice pictures. You guys want to see some beautiful pictures of the East Harbor, because they built up the East, the West Harbor, and the North Harbor is all built up, even all the way around to where Under Armour is. All that is getting built up tremendously. It's unbelievable. I told my wife we have to go on a tour of our own city because we haven't seen everything yet. So check it out. Another new hotel was built. The Four Seasons. Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Well, I'll come back. I'm not. You know.
That's right. But one of these days when God finish blessing Double XI, we're going to have all my favorite artists here on one stage. I already picked out the spot. That might even be my birthday party. All right. Who knows? It's going to be something big. Okay. I already promised Tina.
We're going to do it.
Look, I promised Tina, Superwoman, I was going to let her host it. So she better share the mic. Because I've been to all these places, nobody been sharing the mic with me, Ree. I've been a lot of places this year. And nobody shared. I had to bring my own mic.
Really?
Yeah. And
wow.
I had to bring my own mic. I was prepared. just in case that was going to happen. Well, anyway, we love your music so much, so we want you to hang around some more. We got something special coming up. We're gonna do we going back to our music reviews. We got new artists, and we want to know how another artist feel about the music. And, we don't have to tear it up. We just say, hey, I like that. Just a little, something professional about it. Me and Matrice, we're not music experts, but we know what we want to play on our show. Put it that way.
Okay.
All right, so you ready? So we got this one. This young lady is out of Salisbury, Maryland. She wasn't too far from you when you were here. It was like a 2-hour drive. And she's being heavily promoted in the area. And this is her third CD. And we're helping her out. We're helping her management out, Urban Vision Works. She's supposed to be coming out with an album of videos, which is going to be remarkable. I can't wait to see.
Oh, wow.
Something I think R. Kelly has started and Beyonce. So let's check her out. Her name is Carlissa Beach from Salisbury, Maryland, right outside the Chesapeake Bay in Ocean City.
When I awake in the morning, I just want to please you. Submitting my all to you, my mind, my heart, my soul, and yield to you. Total to move as you need, to sing a song or give a word, something that they do to use me. God, use me as you please. Living sacrifice, all of me, all of me. I surrender, all of me. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do. Representing you to the fullest. I surrender all of me. All of me, yeah. I submit to your plan. No more fighting. I know that I can stand still to hear your perfect will. I know that your plan is still, but your will be done. That you oh, in me. God, I do all you want me to do. I surrender to you. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want me to do. I'll do it for my heart, my mind, all of me, all of me. Try me, Jesus. You can trust me, Jesus, that I do your will the way you have it to be done. All of me, use me, oh Lord, all every little bit of me, yeah. All of me, yeah.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right. Thank everybody for hanging around with us. Double XI Christian Media. Don't forget, y'all, we got a great, awesome couple coming on board with us in a few weeks. We're going to start recording probably next week, and that's Dr. Park Kelly and Mrs. Marcia Kelly. We're so excited about that couple. We also got John Ross is on board now. We are loading his shows now, and you can be able to find him out there on iTunes. still tweaking his feed, but you can catch his show on Spreaker Radio under Positive Power 21. So if you want to catch, we have a lot of very nice inspirational shows coming from Elations Radio, Serenity Radio Network, and we got some shows from Superwoman Radio, Miss B. A lot of shows, great shows. You're looking for shows on women issues, domestic violence, stuff going on in the world, political news. We got it all coming out of Happy Hour Pastor Jack. He's one of our big shows. We play on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock live right here on Facebook. So we having a great time, y'all. And you someone out, check us out. Let us help you out. We can make that all happen. We got several different platforms, different packages available for you. So come on, join Batman and Friends. Our super friends like Patrice Jackson and I Am a Superwoman, Tina Hobson, Kimmy Kim, and just to name a few. All right, we talking to Ree. And I can't say enough good things about your manager, though. You know, I wasn't nervous that you weren't going to show up. She actually calls and confirms phone numbers and everything. That's an awesome manager, you know. So if you're looking for a manager, Ree Manager is available. I'm sure she is. All right.
Yeah.
She's awesome. All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies. So what did you think of Carlisa Beach song? Carlisa. That's how they call Carlisa.
All right, Leela James. I love that song. First of all, it was so, she got that Leela James type feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the piano at the beginning. If you hear a lot of my stuff, it's like piano all up and through. I love the instrumentation. And it was easy to sing along. You know, it was something that, it was catchy and you just go into your own little groove. That vibe, I like that vibe. I'm feeling that vibe. It's really good, and I actually want to look her up. So hopefully her stuff is tagged, and I can look at it later. Yeah. Really good.
All right, and Patrice Jackson, I know you heard it before. I think I played on our show last week. What you think of Miss Beach?
Well, I really liked it, and coming from, you know, I can't really go behind the musician over here, the singer, because she's dancing from different levels. But I like it. I like any music when you can just like sit back and you have on a book and you can, you know, be reading and it just sit in your spirit. You can still do that, or if you just wanted to sit quietly and just worship and praise, and that's what I was thinking about when I was listening to the song.
Right,
it would be a perfect song for that.
Thank you.
I actually want to purchase. I'm gonna find her, so hopefully y'all got her link.
Yeah, I think I gotta go out there and check her out because I know they're still developing some things, but I think some of her older materials out there. I have to check on her new stuff. I thought he told me it wasn't released yet. But one of the things that I have to say about I had an opportunity to be on the set. They actually had a video shoot for her, and she performed for the audience, their crew, the film crew, and everybody. And they had a little technical difficulty with the audio because she was singing off her tracks for the video, and she was able to handle it. You know, talked her way through it. You know, she smooths the crowd and talked a lot of testimony where she's been, her journey, and she was really good with that. Very good storyteller. Now, I want to ask you: is it important to be a good storyteller when you're a solo artist like that? Is that important?
If that's your lane, you know, it's all about staying in your lane. I'm a storyteller. Some people, they get to the joke. Some people, everybody has their lane. And I feel like if you're authentic to it, then do it. You know, because that's what works for you. And so, especially in times like that, I've had actually just recently. Technical difficulties with when I was singing in front of Dr. Bobby Jones, Dr. Kevin Bond, and Dr. Darius. I mean, they're right in front of me at the table, turned around facing me. Wow. And I'm a couple feet away and going through in the middle of it, jamming, and all of a sudden, whoa, you know, and it never happened before. But it's like, you know what? And I said, cut the music, and you have to be confident who you are, know your stuff, and just have a good time. That all comes in being you, because it's going to come through. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about your lane and stuff like that. And if that's it, and you're a storyteller, then rock it.
Yeah, man. You just never know when it. I mean, we get that. We have those problems all the time on the radio. Things not operating the way you want it to. You just have to find a way and work your way through it. Sometimes you don't have the option when you live. You know, a lot of us chose to go and do live radio, and just think about this too. A lot of people, it's their first time really being in front of large audiences also, you know?
Right.
So you just never know.
And for me, like when that stuff, you're doing that, like if there's a mess up or anything, just because when you're authentic, you know, and you're not stuck on the mistake, you got to keep moving forward. You know that in live radio, you got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You can't be stuck on a mistake or feeling like all embarrassed. No, laugh at it and keep going, or just, you know, work through it and keep going. I will say, me working through that in front of them, I saw Bob Jones look over, he lifted something to somebody else. They were more impressed that I didn't stall or stutter, and they kept talking about it later because that shows that didn't break me. This music skipping, I'm bigger than the music skipping. You're bigger than a technical difficulty with Facebook, you know, or something like that, or the internet or whatever. You're bigger than that. Your show's gonna go on, and it's gonna rock. And so when you're confident and you got somewhere to go, you're not stuck on the mistake.
That's right. And that's why when we go to events and everything go well with the sound, I always thank the sound guy. Track. You know, he couldn't help it wouldn't play on his system. And you try your best to be able to accommodate every type of digital media that you could think of, but sometimes yeah, it's gonna be one of those days, you know. Oh well.
Yeah.
All right, Patrice, you got a question for Bree before we go to commercial break?
No, not really. I was just listening to what you guys saying when she was saying stay in the lane, because, you know, like my show, I always talk about the peace and being in purpose, and that's like exactly what it is. When you're in your purpose or you're in your gift, like you said, you don't have to be stuck on your mistake or feel like you got to be embarrassed, or you know, you be stuck on that, you can't go farther, you feel like you just got to stop. So I'm glad y'all talked about that. But that was it. No question.
All right. Well, let's take a commercial break. Gospel news from Nina Taylor Productions. And we'll be right back on Double XI with Ree. Hang in there, y'all.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news. The NQC, that's the National Quartet Convention, will celebrate their 60th anniversary. It's shaping up to be quite a celebration with once-in-a-lifetime group reunions and so much more. This great event will take place in September at Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's going to be a great day for all, celebrating 60 years of the National Quartet Convention with more than 40,000 people expected to attend. Marette Brown Clark, born May 5th, 1966. She's an American gospel artist born in Long Island, New York, to musically inclined parents. She started singing at the age of 4 years old. She sang during her high school and collegiate years before touring with many gospel groups. She started her solo career in 1998 with the release of How I Feel. Her subsequent 3 albums after 2002, By His Grace, 2007, The Dream, and 2011, The Sound of Victory. These albums all charted on Billboard's Gospel Albums chart. She's still a member of Richard Smallwood's group Vision. She's a 2008 Stellar Award winner and considered to be one of gospel music's sweethearts. Her video, It Ain't Over Till God Says It's Over, has been showcased on the Gospel Music Channel, The Word Network, BET, BETJ, and many other national networks. In 2008, she was awarded Best Praise and Worship CD by The Stellars. Her daughter Jada received the 2008 Stellar Award for Best Children's Performance of the Year for her song, I Am What God Says I Am. She still happily maintains her status with Richard Smallwood's choir Vision. The singer, songwriter, producer, musician, wife, and mom knows that with God, nothing is impossible, and her life and music are a testimony to that. From Indianapolis, Indiana, Family Mississippi-based group, the Williams Singers, were first organized by Reverend Charles D. Williams as a musical outlet for him and his young family. Originally called the Christian Cavaliers and later changed their names to the Williams Family Singers, the early version of the group performed frequently in the Indianapolis area and never made any recordings. In 2002, as a tribute to their father, the three Williams brothers, Darnell, Desmian, and Desrell, recorded a live album showcasing the songs written by their dad, Charles. Under the name The Williams Singers, the three brothers began recording for their own label, Desnell Music Group, mixing traditional quartet styles, singing with an uplifting contemporary gospel and R&B sound. They soon found success outside of the Indianapolis area, touring around the country and supporting acts like Lee Williams and the Spiritual QCs, the Canton Spirituals, Vicki Winans, Dietrich Haddon, and many, many more. Between 2004 and 2011, they released 4 albums, including a Christmas release. In 2014, they collaborated with a number of different artists like Zacardi Cortez, Lisa Knowles, and many others. They spawned the song Been Good, which launched them into the Billboard Top 40 spotlight from Houston, Texas. All week long, people in Houston, across the Gulf Coast, and around the country have been pitching in to aid those affected by the devastating flooding in southeastern Texas. We've been inspired by the acts of citizens aiding their neighbors, the first responders at work on the ground, and the people around the country who have come together to support those in need. Help is still needed, and there are many ways that you can contribute from anywhere. Houston's Mayor Sylvester Turner has also set up a fund to ensure that funds go to the people of Houston. You can make donations by logging onto their website, www.ghcf.org. Greater Houston Community Foundation. Here's your Billboard Top 10 Songs in the Country. Number 10 from James Fortune and Fire, I Forgive Me. Number 9, Todd Delaney with Victory Belongs to Jesus. Number 8, Troy Sneed, Kept by His Grace. Number 7, Ty Tribbett with Work It Out. Number 6, Travis Green with You Waited. Number 5, Ryan Poppin, I Got Out. Number 4, Anthony Brown and Group Therapy, Trust in You. And number 3 this week, Kirk Franklin is back up from number 4 with My World Needs You. Number 2, Dietrich Haddon and the Hill City Worship Camp, 1 Billion People, which once again for 7 weeks, Tamala Mann has the number 1 song in the country with Change Me. Well, that's your Billboard Top 10 Songs in the Country and your gospel news. I'm Nina Taylor. Let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station. Hi, this is Nina Taylor from the Gospel News, and you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide.
That's right. You tell them, Nina, you're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. Batman. That's right, Minister of Radio. Don't forget, y'all, another big event coming up September 23rd. That's right, 2017. Doors open at 4 o'clock. That's right. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be J. Nicole Jones present Music for the Soul Gospel Concert featuring Wes Morgan and a number of many artists, including Howard Sapp, Nikki Porter, Angie, and Tornado 418 and God's Messenger. So it's going to be, they have a host, she have a lot of artists going to be there. So doors open, it's $25 at the door. And go to her event page, which I can't see. It's too small. I'm going to have to print this out. Anyway, go to J. Nicole's page for more information, her Facebook page. All right, everybody. We're talking to Ree, and I got the bet on those events. They give me those little flyers. I kind of supposed to read that stuff. All right, we talked with Patrice Jackson of Ree. Ree, you got anything coming up that we can go check you out on? Your TV, movies? Live?
Yeah. These are TV movies.
Yeah, TV movies.
Actually, if you go on my artist page, which is facebook.com/Serela Music, which is SERELAMUSIC, you could actually see some of the stuff I got going on. Let's see, where are we? I know I'll be in Tampa for their Gospel Award, honoring my uncle, Isaac Ruffin, who's big in Tampa there. Then I know I'm going to be on I'm doing an interview on television as well as singing, and that is on the Impact TV network.
Oh, wow.
On the show, Conversations with Denise. That's September. I'm not good with dates, so I'm not even gonna try it. So it's on my page, but it's coming up in September. And also I think I'll be in Tampa twice. I'm excited because there's this event coming up. It's a bridal retreat, but it's really just dealing with it deals with marriage and different things like that. And it's not just for women, but I'm really excited because this is dealing with breaking the covenant. It's the covenant of I can't remember exactly what it is, the covenant of promise or something, where there are so many broken homes and broken families, and basically it's focusing this year on breaking that and having strength in the families. And one of the songs that I have broken, I get to see a mime dance group perform it. I'm so excited about that. So that's my September. October, I'll be in Georgia. I'll be doing something in Tennessee for the around the Dove Award, and got a few things. We're filling up November, December. I'm looking forward to singing on this gospel cruise in early next year. So you can check my page if you want to be a part of that cruise and actually go on. It's a gospel cruise over in the Bahamas. We'll be doing resorts, and I'm doing a resort and concerts over there. So it's a lot of stuff. I'm really excited. And hopefully Jerry's going to give me the Maryland really soon, so you can throw that on our calendar too.
Your manager just said the 29th is the TV show. I think that's what she.
See, she's on it. See, she's on it. That's how that is. That you remember I talked about you're not your one stop shop. Like you don't do everything. I'm not good with dates. And so if I sit there, I'm gonna be like butchering dates. You're gonna have the people that like are promoting these shows and that are over it, like getting offended with me because I'm tearing up their whole theme. She sits right there. She'll just correct it. Like she just got to know my heart. I got 3,000 things on my mind. I'm trying.
I don't forward her my calendar. Yeah, I've been messing up people's stuff too, but it forced them to have to go to people's pages to look it up because I'm a mess.
Yeah, that's how like go to the page. I ain't trying to act like I'm too big. No, I will butcher it. I promise.
That's right. And I'm going to give you a chance to give some people a shout out too. I just want to shout out Robert Horton and Tiffany Cole McGee. They were two other individuals that were on the Dr. Bobby Jones show too. So shout out to them. So we're doing pretty good here at Double XI, getting these big time artists that's been on Dr. Bobby Jones show. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. And this is recent too. I think they were just on the show. I think Tiffany just taped 2 weeks ago. So we can't wait to see
that's good.
That. Yeah. All right. So any shout outs to anybody that you want to say hi to?
Oh, like I said, I give everyone to know. My pastor's Chad and Antoinette Willis of Abundant Life Palaca, my praise team at Abundant Line, my daughter who's in Boston who's freaking out because of the storm, Deja, but we're going to be well. Everything's fine. And Gabriel Tyus, thank you for promoting me. Tony White is the producer of the music that you hear, Tight Work Entertainment. He's done a great job. Those that same background on the project, thank you so much for all that you do. And my husband, eBay. My husband, his name is eBay, just like the site. Right. And a lot of what I'm able to do is because of him. Like I said, I stay at home. I'm afforded to do that. I just recently transitioned to that, and I homeschool one of our children, and I'm able to go and travel. You hear all this traveling stuff, and that takes money, and I'm a new artist, so there are times where I am paid for certain things, and there are times because of exposure where you forego the pay, to be able to do. Right. And, my husband brings that coin and allows for me to be able to do that, and it's not grudgingly. He's excited about what God is doing in my life. So you like I said, that support team, that would be a hard thing to do if I didn't have that. So my hair, getting done. You talking about the image? I couldn't have no image if I had no coin. So I'm grateful, for all of that. My husband definitely big shout out to him, and then giving glory to God.
That's right. You get that tax write off on your travels too. You're right.
Absolutely. That's where Chanel comes in.
All right, what we like to do.
Like, say the receipts.
That's right. Save it all. And what I'd like to do, we do have another song we like to play for those who are just coming into the queue, and some of our listeners listen to us overseas online, and they checking in late. I wanted to play.
Hey, overseas.
Yeah, they were saying they like Hero. I've seen some people type Hero in. So what we like to do is play Hero. That's a 5-minute song, and of course my show's only supposed to be an hour, but we'll work on that. So anyway, that's for our other platform. We're on this only an hour show, even though this one's an hour and a half, but. You know, it's what it is.
Right.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to play Hero. When we come back, do you mind praying us out? Praying for me and Patrice and our listeners and our radio station? Could you do that?
Absolutely. I'll be honored. I'll be honored.
Man. All right. Here we go. Hero by Ree.
All the posters on the wall and in the magazines proclaiming this is where my eyes are supposed to be. On the news, rescued a child. The crowd applauds with her reward, giving simple people high esteem. Of all the great accomplishments we make, nothing can compare to your great name. You're my hero. 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 Recognition to the world that you're owed the highest honor, for you are the risen King. Superficial ambiance, diminished by your caged reign, so obvious to see that you are the lead. Not even wind and wave can make you waver in your stand. When everything is sinking through the storm, enters your hand. You're my hero. You're my hero. You're my hero. You're my hero.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, I'm Larry W. Robinson, host of Gospel Updates, your gospel entertainment news report. And you're listening to Positive Power 21 Christian Radio with Jerry Royce, live worldwide.
All right, you see that, Patrice, how Robot just jumped in front of Larry? Thanks, Larry. Thank you. Robot just jumped right in there, said his little thing.
It's taking over.
Yeah, taking over. He just can't sit back and wait till the show's over. Well, I guess it's supposed to be over. It's 10:30. I guess he knows better. All right, Miss Ray, we ready for you to pray us out. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining us on Double XI Christian Radio.
No problem. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord God, right now, just for just peace and Jerry, Lord God. I'm grateful for everything that you're doing in their life. I ask that you continue to strengthen them to do what you call for them to do. Continue to line it up, Lord God. Let there be no distractions or anything that comes away from them for them to carry out your assignment. Everything that needs to be placed in their life, Lord, right now, in Jesus' name, I ask that it be provided. Hands that are supposed to be open right now, I speak that they're open. And hands that are supposed to be removed off of their plate, let it be removed in Jesus' name. I ask that see or ear heard, Lord God, what you have in store for them. I thank you, Father, that they born in accordance to their obedience and faith in you, Lord God, that there will be nothing that will be nothing that will be without their job. I thank you, Father, for everything that you're doing. Keep them in perfect peace as their mind is stayed on you. And we give you all glory and honor in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence on our show. We definitely be blessed with it. Your music, your style, love your style. And keep doing what you're doing. Don't change for nobody. All right, Patrice, you got final words for tonight's show, Miss Patrice?
Nope, I like what you said her style, because I was looking at her album cover, and I love that album cover, so I just pray that you have continued success, and pray for you in that storm that it slows down and passes you by.
Amen.
Praise God. We're going to be good. Keep us in prayer. Thank you so much. And this was wonderful. This was so great. But you got to ask me more questions.
I'll have to have you on my show, too.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Patrice got a show.
Yeah. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Amen. And
Man,
also,
thank you so much, you all.
We're gonna try to get you out on our midnight show too. We got 2 other shows we do promoting videos. We're gonna try to get you on our midnight show. Come hang out with us late.
I'll be there.
All right.
Let me know another time, and I'm gonna take a gold nap, and I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah, you're gonna love that show. We got Paula G. She helps me host that show. She's real smooth, real cool character. That's my midnight wife there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We appreciate family. We appreciate you supporting us. Our Facebook Live family. Thanks for coming out. We had a good crowd came in tonight too. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
Come on out to iTunes, y'all. That's where the big boys play at. Come on out to iTunes. The show will be available in the morning, so you can listen to it while you're at work, while you're in your car. Just go to Positive Power 21 on Spreaker Radio. Also, where you can find us. All right. So if you do have the podcast app, just Google Jerry Royce Live on there. I mean, search it, and it'll pull up all the shows. All right, everybody. We're gonna say good night. Go ahead, Robot. Do your thing, Robot.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, one last quick question. You still with us? You still with us, Ring?
Yeah.
One last question. Yeah, did you feel the power? Did you feel the power, Double XI?
Absolutely.
You felt the power, Patrice Jackson. Did you feel the power? All right, everybody. I hope you all felt the power, and hope you have an awesome Thursday. That's right. The weekend is right around the corner, y'all. Hang in there. I'm Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Positive Power, Double XI Christian. Good night.
This is Brandon Royce, and you're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on PositivePower21.org.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power. A double XL.
Positive Power 21.org. Internet radio.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power. A double XL.